Hi everyone, I am Kathy Maher. I'm the director of the Barnum Museum here in wonderful downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Who is Barnum to You? This is the program series where we reach out to our community as well as the people who have been influenced and impacted by Barnum and his legacy and his stories. And we are so excited to welcome today the 75th Barnum Festival Ringmaster, Greg Gnandt. And it is a pleasure. Thank you, Greg, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So a little bit of background, not everybody who watches our videos is familiar with the Barnum Festival. I've been a volunteer since I got to the Barnum Museum in 1998 by nature of them really embracing the Barnum Museum and wanting to collaborate on different projects. But the Barnum Festival goes back to 1949. So you are holding up quite a legacy in the 2025 year that's coming up ahead. So happy to welcome you and talk a little bit about your festival year and the plans and the ideas and the visions that you have for the community and beyond through the festival.
Okay, we have a great year planned. We've been working very hard behind the scenes to get it prepped. We have 17 events planned, plus all the road show and behind the scenes stuff, so we're very busy.
So, yes, the festival, so you're certainly the Great Street Parade is the culmination of everything.
The grand finale, if you will.
Yeah, yes, it's the grand finale. And are you doing the car show this year? Because you have been a Barnum Festival volunteer for 5 years.
A little over 5 years, Peggy and I got involved.
Peggy, your wife.
My wife, Peggy.
Yes, who deserves a huge round of applause.
Yeah,
because
she's really the one that put us on the map, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Right after COVID came, the festival was dark. We had a brainstorm meeting on what to do next and how do we revive the festival. And Peggy and I were sat in that meeting and we were like, let's do the car, we should get the car show up.
Right.
And next thing you know, we're full on board putting the car show together. It was a trial and error of things, trying to find a location, trying to get things together so quickly because it was coming fast. And with that being said, I feel like we revived, launched, if you will, the festival back alive. Because that year there was not any scheduled events, so to speak. COVID really shut us down completely. Yeah,
you and all of us really, so to keep that, but there's something to be said for the passion that the festival, champions have to make sure something like this lasts for more generations to come.
Absolutely.
And the car show is a great example. I know Ed Coyne ran the car show for many, many years. Yeah. And how many cars, so it's happening this year.
Yes.
And is there a date? I mean, we're gonna link in the description below anybody who wants to find out the dates. They can go.
We're gonna have a great event. We have a great location in Monroe. It's an old abandoned lumber yard and we've transformed it into an event space. So the first year we had over 500 cars. They were shutting the road down and turning people away. And then we've grown into this event where we have food truck festivals. We have bands on Friday and Saturday night, and we're really geared up for a great event this year.
That's exciting.
And my wife is larger than life, and everything that we do has her elegance and her signature stamp. So
that's wonderful.
It's really going to be an elegant year, and the proof is in the pudding. We had our announcement, we had it at Red Line Garage. They sponsored it for us. And we had the largest crowd that we've seen since we've been involved in the festival. Our first event was Meet the Ringmaster. It sold out in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Our next coming event is Bingo, and that sold out in 10 days.
Oh, no kidding.
So our attendance is up, and that's really energy for the festival.
Yeah.
And we've been here just almost 6 years. We've participated our whole lives, but the core committees that we work with, they range from 65 years to to 2 years.
Yeah.
We have more 30-year members than anything. So we're really young in the festival, and for them to embrace and accept us and our energy has been really a pleasure.
And that's the uniqueness of the festival. So you have those legacy, champions of the festival who understand the inner working of putting on these big community events, whether it's the car show or it's the bingo night, or what's coming up is the Tom Thumb Lavinia Warren contest, where the students, the youth
Yes.
in the community get involved. So that's coming up. And I think you're working with the Discovery Museum, part of
Yes.
Sacred Heart University
Yes.
campus, to do those programs.
Yes, we are.
So it's
And-
bringing in a whole different audience and a whole new generation to understand what the festival is.
Yes, since we've been involved, the royal family from the past has been working with us as well. They come from years past and many years past, and they always come and volunteer. So this year we really look forward to our royal family and
Yeah.
really enjoy the bond that we've seen with the past ringmasters with their family.
Yeah. So maybe explain exactly what the royal family is. They're high school students.
They're high school students, scholars within their community, and we bring them in and they help us through our events. So we have the king and the queen, the prince and the princess. I think we do two princes and two princesses this year.
That started under, I think, Ringmaster Frank Carroll's regime.
Yes.
Because he just loved the kids.
Yes, so we'll have that royal family, then we'll have a Tom Thumb and Lavinia Warren, so we'll have a really full suite of students, which helps because all these kids are busy with their academic lives, it helps having coverage.
Yeah.
But it's been a great experience. Like the other day I received a call from an old friend. I was 1963 Tom Thumb.
Oh,
and I have all my papers. I'm going to bring them over and show them to you. So he has his scrapbooks. Another friend of ours was telling us that he's a 1969 Tom Thumb, and our friend Danny sitting next to him said, "Well, I was runner-up in 1968." So that's just Tom Thumb. But the royal family has been connections through people we know. They surface. It's really great.
It's wonderful, and just that alone. I mean, what you're doing is memory making, right?
That's correct.
So whether it was 1963 or 1952 or whatever year it was, the festival, by the nature of how it has reached into the Bridgeport and the regional Bridgeport community, is so meaningful because
Absolutely.
people carry that forward in their lives.
Absolutely.
To the point where they're reaching out to you,
Yes.
and they still have their stuff. So that speaks to the wonderful, legacy and the history of Bridgeport.
That is correct.
It was started, many viewers might not realize, the Barnum Festival was started, it was really after World War II, and the economic climate in Bridgeport was manufacturing industries and munitions that really fed the needs of wartime America at that time. And when that shift happened, a few of the leaders of the town said, we need something to revive the spirit of the community, and they looked to Barnum.
Yes.
And what he
a
did.
great way to start and bring the community back.
Yeah.
It really was a great experiment that turned into, we're on our 78th year. I'm the 75th ringmaster, but through COVID. And
Right.
we're trying to keep it alive. It is alive and well. We could see it by our attendance, but we're always trying to keep the community involved. The demographics change, businesses leave, locations. Our crowds on the parade routes have been smaller than in the past. Our parades are a little smaller than in the past. This year we're trying to really amp up the parade, and we're trying to get businesses to get involved as far as participating with floats.
Right.
We always have the Shriners, but now the Connecticut State Freemasons are going to come and join us. So we're going to have a really great street parade, as well as our fireworks. We'll do a band and food trucks down at the clamshell, and we'll have a great fireworks extravaganza.
And that always happens right around the 4th of July. And a lot of people don't realize P.T. Barnum's birthday is the 5th of July.
5th, yes.
So it's really always around his birthday.
Yes.
So, it's a celebration time anyway.
That's
so
correct.
it's looking, next year, what we're thinking about, and you and I will talk about, is next year is the 250th celebration of the United States.
Yes.
Right? It's that big year. So we need to ramp up, and I hope that you'll work with us,
Absolutely.
as a ringmaster, saying how can we celebrate this ideology,
That's
because
correct.
people look at Barnum,
Yes.
so actually, and we've had a lovely conversation because you're really a historian at heart.
Love to
It's-
love old stuff. And,
Love I do too.
Old homes, old history of Americana. So
Right.
it's,
Right. And P.T. Barnum was such a shaper of his time. A lot of people don't realize he's so early in American history. He's born in 1810.
yes.
So founding fathers are still alive
Yes.
at that point. But through the course of his life, the circus is his retirement project.
Yes.
Right, but it's his museums. So just out of curiosity, and not to put you on the spot, but here we are. It was like, what does getting involved with the Barnum Festival? You must have something in your heart that you understand as Barnum's, contributions to what the city really means to the people that live here.
We were born, both my wife and I, locally. I was born in Fairfield. Peggy was born in Bridgeport. I grew up in Black Rock. So we always knew the fingerprint of P.T. Barnum, whether it be a street name or a building or the museum. We came here as kids. And so we always knew who P.T. Barnum was. And fortunately, being a 70s kid and coming of age in the 80s when there was a lot of hype for the Barnum Museum, there was a lot of documentaries, there was City of Bridgeport books that had pictures of the elephants on the bridge. So we never missed a parade growing up. My uncle would camp out and save seats for the family, and it was a whole event. We went to the parade, we went back to the family's house and had a big picnic. We always camped out for the fireworks. So to carry the legacy is just an honor. Never imagined in my lifetime that I would have this honor.
That you would have this, and it doesn't leave you. Trust me, it's like when you get like bit by the Barnum bug.
Yes.
It stays with you.
Oh, absolutely. We live it. We live it and breathe it in our home. We spend so much time talking about it, researching it, excitement. It's really a lifestyle, and the past ringmasters who've been mentors to Peggy and I are just phenomenal. They're all still engaged. They're all still contributing. They're all there. It's not a one-year event. It's a lifetime commitment. You're once a ringmaster, always a ringmaster.
That is absolutely true. Yes, that is absolutely true. And who has been your muse going through this journey?
Our biggest influence and mentor was Frank Generini and his wife Cynthia.
And sadly, we lost him.
And really sad. We're about to enter our third ringmaster funeral for Lynn Berger, who just passed away. His coming up. So this will be our third funeral since we've been nominated. So we're really sad and touched. But we've had so many. Charlie Carroll and the Carroll family. I mean, they are Barnum.
Yes.
They're the reason the festival is still alive, in my opinion. And Charlie and Frank, they have been, and even Pete, who's works with us regularly, not a past ringmaster, but a mentor, have been just great.
And actually, a lot of folks don't realize too, the day of the parade, that's the culmination of the parade. For every year, the royal family that we discussed and the ringmaster and his family actually go to Mountain Grove Cemetery,
Yes.
which is a beautiful park-like Cemetery in Bridgeport, where P.T. Barnum's family,
Yes.
as well as Tom Thumb, Charles
Right.
Stratton family,
We visited and
are buried.
we're very familiar with the bearings.
And and it's just to really honor, the legacy, but really kind of celebrate the youth, for the Barnum Festival, and as well as the volunteers who really keep the spirit alive.
Yes.
And Tom Carroll, one
Yes.
of the brothers of,
Yes.
of the Carroll family, is laid in rest right in that area. And as part of that ceremony, flowers are there to honor the volunteers.
Yes.
It's so important to volunteer in your
Yes.
community. Museums rely on that, and
Absolutely.
certainly the festival. And these people are champions.
Absolutely,
whether-
to give that much time of yourself.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and really believe it's the heart and soul of so many organizations, whether it's something like the festival or a museum or a historical society or your local zoo. We have a zoo.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to have those people because
Right.
the passion comes first.
Correct. And
You
we need to get the younger generation engaged in volunteering time.
Yeah.
That's it's a requisite for school to have some volunteer hours, but
Right.
it's hard to keep them after that. So we're always working on ways to keep a repeat, and we have such a great team. We're very blessed.
Yeah.
This year we actually, the year of the volunteer was Charlie Carroll's theme, and this year we promoted from within. Our Grand Marshal for the parade is Angelo Palmieri,
Oh, okay.
and he's a 29-year veteran making that parade go down the road, as well as any other parade that's in the city will not go down the road without Angelo, because he's our behind-the-scenes float builder, in managing of our facilities. So the festival, we're still the only float builder in the city.
I was going to say, to talk about the floats, like Macy's, we all know the Macy's floats.
Yes.
Those are highly sophisticated. But every year, the Barnum Festival Volunteer Corps gets together to decorate
Yes.
floats that get pulled down. What is it, a 2-mile parade?
It's like 2.5
should know.
miles, yes.
Yeah. Down the city. And that's made by the hands of
That's
these
correct.
people. They're little works of art.
And we have a little competition this year because Angelo wants to build his own float.
Okay.
And me being a builder, I have to embellish our float. So it's going to be a fun year for the parade.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun year. And we're really lucky. And
Yeah.
we have so many community groups that are working with us. We have, the Puerto Rican Day Parade Committee works with us. The Irish community works with us. The Italian Council works with us. So we're very, very blessed that we all realize that we have to coexist to exist.
Yeah, the
and work with
Bridgeport
each
is a
other.
wonderful, chromatic, community with
Yes.
everybody
We
coming
have the
together.
Juneteenth parade.
Yeah.
We have, there's probably more that I'm not even thinking of, but it really is a collaboration. And on parade day, it's a lot of the same people show up every year to drive. We have two brothers, Martin, and I forget his brother's name, but they've been driving for 25 years.
The floats.
The floats.
Yeah, yeah.
And when, like say, Burns Construction sends their guys to pull some floats, those guys say, "Remember me, I want to do it again."
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yeah,
Going down the street waving to all those people, it's really,
So it's going back to what we originally talked about memory making.
yes.
And passing those stories down to their families. To keep
Absolutely.
it. So that's I think one of the truest. Not all communities have something this wonderful to put your arms around.
That's correct.
That has got this much history, that has an iconic, character, to hang their hats on. And Barnum's tagline that we use in our collection, we have a little autograph book, and Barnum wrote, the noblest art is that of making others happy.
Yes.
And that's what the festival does.
That is what the festival is all about. And, it went from the third largest festival in the country to just another festival, but it's still the largest festival in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And it's unique to
It has a
to
story.
celebrate
It has a
person.
story.
And we're very proud of that. And our goal is to keep the tradition alive. Mm-hmm. And, this year we're magnifying children's charities. So we're working with a lot of local charities, the police cadets, the PAL athletic leagues, the Shriners Children's Hospital, and we're welcoming others. So we're really trying to magnify our philanthropy into our year.
That's wonderful. And that's really what it's all about. It's giving back.
Absolutely.
It's giving back to the community, and by embracing everybody in the community, it really elevates the awareness of these incredible, people. Because behind every single nonprofit organization you're championing, there are incredible people sacrificing their lives to make sure their causes work together. So
that's correct.
Thank you for that.
Well, it works out. It's a good trade-off because they help us with our events. We help them, and back to the community. And we all have to help each other to survive.
Yeah, it's now more than ever, right?
Absolutely.
Now more than ever. So every year the Barnum Festival always has like a tagline, of what it is. Now, one thing that I will admit to you, and I've talked to many, many, many ringmasters over the past, every single ringmaster says to me, "Oh, mine was the best year ever." So that's the showcase. So I am sure yours is going to be the best year ever.
It will be for us at least.
So, right. So just you selected. So your tagline for this year's festival is
family, tradition, and children's charities, and we really want to keep that all together.
So that's really the mantra that everything you're doing is falling underneath.
That's correct.
Yeah. So is there a way that the museum can help you? I mean, we do things like this, which is wonderful to spread the word. Right?
Absolutely, spread the word, participate.
Right. So if you have a message that you could tell people right now, it's like to get involved. How can people help you?
The volunteers, sponsorships. We're always looking for donations. We're always looking for volunteers to just get their hands dirty. It's whether it be decorating a float, valeting at a car show, anything that someone can contribute. We are updating our website regularly. We are actually reimagining and revamping our website as we speak. So within the next few weeks, we'll have a brand new website to launch, which hopefully will be more interactive and better served. And
we'll make sure we put that in the description below. So anybody that's watching can go right to the description, have your link. They can find out the schedule of all of the events, who to contact at the Barnum Festival if they want to volunteer or donate.
Absolutely.
So it'll all be there.
Yep. BarnumFestival.org, and we're here to we're here to help you and work with you.
Yeah, and a special thanks to the city of Bridgeport. I'm sure that they're always
the city of Bridgeport
help
is open arms and always there to help.
Yeah.
We're very blessed to have the city of Bridgeport. We have this town of Monroe is very involved with the festival because we do one of our largest events up there. So the town really contributes to our cause.
Sure.
And all the surrounding towns work with us. It's not uncommon to have mayors and selectmen from 4, 5, 6 surrounding towns at our events. It's really nice that the government is here for us.
Understands that it's serving their communities as well, the people that they serve.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's a wonderful thing to know. And as far as any sponsors that you want to acknowledge now as you're getting through it.
We have a lot of great sponsors. We have M&T Bank, we have Newtown Savings Bank, we have Mutual Security, we have Santa Fuel, but our first personal donation this year was Treeland.
Oh, yes.
And our good friends Eileen and Tony Ferrigno have been such gracious friends and assisting us through our year.
And they have been great friends to the Barnum Museum as well.
Absolutely.
Tony's band has played at the Barnum Museum, and they are wonderful. So incredible volunteers.
Yeah, we were here for your celebration last year, and we enjoyed it. But they were our first jump start and our first
That's
our first cheerleaders, so to speak.
And Treeland, a legacy business in these parts that everybody also has memories of.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so important. But it's critical to have those financial supporters, because When you look at it, they believe in the Barnum Festival,
Yes.
the Barnum legacy carrying forward
I mean,
because
we've had the IBEW for many,
electrical
many
workers,
years.
yes.
PP&G, they have left the state, but they're still going to sponsorship us. We have many that I'm probably forgetting, and I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but
Yeah.
we have probably 30 or 40 smaller sponsors that come in. It's every dollar helps.
Yes, it's vitally important, you know, for nonprofits to have those sponsorships. So on behalf of, you know, our work and service, you know, we're grateful to them for helping keep this, you know, going for future generations.
Absolutely.
So any last few things that you want to say before we wrap up?
Just please join us, enjoy the year, and we're gonna have a great time.
And we hope to see you at all the events.
Absolutely. Hope to
Okay.
see everybody, including you.
Yeah, I will be there. I will be getting the phone call to make sure I show up for certain events. So
Absolutely.
with that, thank you everybody for joining us. Please go to the description below and look up Barnum Festival events. There might be something that you would love to go, whether it's the car show or the parade, or certainly the fireworks. We all love fireworks. And don't forget to subscribe to the Barnum Museum channel if you can. Hit the button below. Thank you again for being here, and we'll see you real soon.